What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Oh man, I have a lot to talk to you guys about today. A lot. The signs, the synchronicities, the the messages I've been receiving. Wow. I just have to tell you guys one thing. I went to go make. I didn't even realize it when I rang up my. I got some coconut water today, and what was interesting is this was probably maybe the the last stop I made before I then went to the water to, do a little bit of meditation and this a line that I'm doing, and lo and behold, I logged into my bank account and I was looking down the credit card charges that I made today, and lo and behold, I see an 1111, and I had to get the receipt out just to see that, and it was real. It wasn't a it wasn't a um, it wasn't a let me see if I can. I'm gonna just fold this over because I don't want to be putting my information here on YouTube, but I'm going to try to fold it over enough that I can show you guys this insane synchronicity. Look at this. Let me see if you can actually see it. Bear with me a second here as I try to fold this over. This is damn near mind-blowing, man. Talk about a sign from, see if the camera will zoom in on it. Look at that. Look at that. 1111 in the black right on my receipt. Look at that. That is literally, I'm going to save this receipt. This is crazy, man. I never ever once had that happen to me. To be actually making a purchase and talk about the universe. I'm getting chills as I bring this message through because this was definitely a sign from the universe. Now, if you know signs and synchronicities we get, those are angel numbers, and it's kind of like telling you that you're in alignment. You're aligned with your higher self, your soul, you're on the right path. Your angels and guides and guardians are protecting you and watching over you. Uh, the messages I've been getting today, just in some of the things I've been watching, have been solidifying what I've already known to be the case, and that everything that I've experienced and gone through, I'm here to be a teacher. I'm here to serve. I'm here to have abundance, just like all of us. And I just want everyone to know this one thing, because I got these messages downloaded a long, long time ago, and it's kind of been coming more and more clear lately, as I've been doing the Akashic Records too. The Akashic Records were telling me I'm going to be getting more and more clarity, which has been kind of happening more and more. You just have to know this, man. And I knew this long ago, but we forget when we're in the moment and we're in these dark moments or these times of chaos or difficulty with others, or situations we're experiencing or we're in, that anybody if anybody causes you any kind of harm, or you know, puts any kind of pain or suffering upon you in any way, shape, or form, that just know that the hammer will come down, and that you don't need to deal with it yourself personally. It will be dealt with by the Lord Himself, the man. I don't even want to call him man. Man, woman, whatever. He has no identity as far as man or woman. Uh, just know that God, the divine source, whatever you want, the universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever you consider that higher power at play. And a lot of us use the word universe, so it's kind of like it doesn't offend anybody if that's not what they pray to every night. And I don't want to be that one to offend you. So whatever you call that higher power, that higher being at play, it's all in divine timing, man. And you just have to be patient and just know that, surrender, let go, accept what is, and, just know that you may not see it, you may not experience it. That's okay. Just know that you don't need to handle it yourself. So it kind of goes back to like these moments where you're in a store and somebody, just disrespects you or mistreats you, or, just doesn't treat you like they would want to be treated, or, in that way, that you don't need to handle it. That you can just walk away and know that it will be taken care of. And you don't have to look at it in a vindictive way. You look at it from a loving place, and, well, at one point or another, they will experience what they gave to you, and it just takes time and patience, and maybe not. Maybe it could happen very soon or very quickly. Just know that, your suffering and your pain and your the things you experienced does not go in vain. Just know that it does. They will get served. And like I said, that's not in a malicious way, in any way, shape, or form am I coming from at that place. I just want everybody to know that, you know, we sometimes forget that. We sometimes think that we have to handle it ourselves, or take the wheel and, you know, essentially be the one to lay the hammer down, and you don't need to do that. You don't. That's kind of like your ego wanting to control and wanting to, do that out of satisfaction. Like, you don't need that. You don't even need to see it, because just know that the universe does not play around. It all is like perfectly orchestrated, and everything is in divine timing. Every single thing is in divine timing, even though you may not think so. You may think it's difficult. You may think it's hard, what you're going through. We all do in that moment. The fact of the matter is, the universe is, I say this many times on many videos, that the universe is not out to get us. And, they want the best for us. And that we're always being guided and protected, especially if you're aligned with your soul, with God, with Source, with Divine. You are actually walking your path, and you are cutting things out that don't serve you, be it sugar, be it different foods, be it different addictions that you may have had, different people that don't serve you, whatever the case may be. When you are walking that path and you have the courage to do that, and the courage to cut these things out that have been just a kind of like a bad, a thing in your life, just a bad, something that kind of was pushing you off your path, just know that the courage that it takes to let go of some of these addictions that we've had is no small task. And just know that in doing so that the universe will flourish you with so much abundance in so many ways. The patience that you may have had to meet your soulmate, the patience that you may have had to be in a relationship that wasn't serving you, the patience that you may have had to go through the addictions that you went through, and then to find out that they aren't serving you anymore and you have to let them go for your highest good. You know, believe me when I tell you there has been many addictions in my life, and it took me many, many trials and tribulations, many times falling down and getting back up, many, 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 many times. And I say that with, I don't even know the word I was going to use, but I say it with very little because man, some of them hooked me like you would not believe, as a lot of you know, for your own self. And, you know, we've had to fall thousands and thousands of times and get back up and say, finally, like when you had that 2x4 across the head and you were on your knees and rock bottom and you finally said, I have to let this go. And sometimes, like I said on previous videos, it's subconscious. It's not even something that's in the forefront. You just end up doing it without even realizing it. And then other times you do. For me, I had times where I had ones that I just let go subconsciously, and I didn't even realize I was actually doing it for that reason until actually deeper, when I was deeper in it, of letting it go. You know, but I realized I had to do it. I realized it wasn't serving me anymore. It was creating, it wasn't, I needed to learn some things along the way while not being a part of that addiction, like porn. Let's take, for example, one that probably followed me majority of my life. And, you know, I think deep down, intuitively, subconsciously, I knew it wasn't right. I knew something was wrong, but, you know, that addiction grabs us. Sugar, chocolate, you know, oh yeah, I'll just have one. I'll just have one. I'll eat it in moderation. It's not really a big deal, but in actuality, it is affecting you. That instant gratification that you're getting in that moment is affecting you for your future self. You know, and that's what we always have to think about, and we have to leave at the forefront that these things that we're doing are affecting our future self, whether we like it or not. You know, and but to be honest with you, this 11:11 today on my receipt was just mind-blowing. I've seen 11:11 on the clock all the time. That's one that I see over and over and over again, giving me messages, 222, 444. I see those on mailboxes. This one road I drive. Today, actually, I didn't focus on it. I wasn't meant to get that message. But other times I have, and there's a couple mailboxes in a row on this one road that I sometimes go down, and funny thing is, the first three numbers are 444, and you know, so I went down that road today and I didn't actually see it because there wasn't a message to give me with those numbers. But to actually come over here and go on the computer and look at, go on online banking and see the purchase, and then all of a sudden, boom, right in my face, 11:11. And then I said, let me get the receipt, man. This is crazy. Is this really? Am I just seeing this? And I get the receipt, and I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. It was no accident. It was no joke. Something made me stop there, go inside, and buy that coconut water that literally added up with tax to 11:11. I don't make this shit up, man. Everything I come on here is straight from the heart, and you know, it's bigger than me, man. Me sitting in front of this camera, me ordering this camera when I did, and getting it so you guys can get better quality sound and better quality video, and I can come through with these messages more powerfully for you, is no accident. You know, it's truly no accident. I'm getting chills just saying that to you guys today. I had no plan or no message that I was going to specifically bring through. But this is what I feel like is needed, that we need to pay attention to these signs that we're getting, the messages that Spirit and our guardian angels and our loved ones that passed on, if you had any, are bringing forth to us. Like my dream that I had a couple dreams this morning, early in the morning. During my meditation practice, I told you what's been happening is I go into these deep trances, and then before, little do I know, I'm in a dream. And it was so vivid and so, it felt so real, man, so real, as a lot of these do in the early morning hours. But my father was in that dream, and he was sitting in the passenger seat right next to me, and I could feel him physically and his energy, like he was there. He was legitimately there. And it was the weirdest thing because I was laughing about it later on, and maybe you're gonna laugh at it too. But funny thing is, I still don't know what I was walking. I had something. I don't know if it was a baby or a dog on a leash. To be honest with you, when I got up, it looked like it really was. I was really laughing because it really seemed like it was a baby that I was walking on a leash, and this girl was like in front of me, and all I remember is when I woke up, she was really sexy, and you know, uh, I'm gonna be a little bit detailed, so if you think it's too much TMI, then it is what it is. But I'm very authentic on here, and she had like these see-through pants, so sort of, and at the top of the pants you could see her like G-string or whatever coming out of the pants, and at her hip areas. And I remember, like, I think like the pants were like didn't go all the way to her ankles, so her ankles and were showing, and the dog or the baby, I don't know what it was, but it was like licking her leg. And I remember my dad walking up to her and saying something. I don't know what. I can't remember now, to be honest with you. But we were walking into a place, and I remember I just got the download. I remember it was in South Florida, and we were when we were in South Florida, and it was in Boca Raton, and we were heading down to this one street that I remember, Airport Road. If anybody's from that area, then you know that area. But I don't know why we were going to that street, because where we were headed to some store or some place that we were going into was it wouldn't have. I was questioning, why are we going down to that street, because, and I remember my mom being in the back seat and my dad being in the passenger seat, and literally he was there physically. And if you remember several videos back, I spoke about him being there, but not physically. His energy was there, and I knew it was him. But this time, it was him physically there in the dream, and he was with me. And like I said, my mom was in the back seat, and that was typically when we would go out. She would be in the back seat, he would be in the front passenger seat, and I would usually drive. And so, or it would be the other way around, and he'd be in the passenger seat, I'd be in the back seat, and my mom would be driving. So, but most of the time he would be in the passenger seat or he would drive. And so, yeah, that all felt so real. And yeah, I mean, there was something I needed to heal. He needed to heal. We all did. And it was really, really interesting. And but I don't know. I don't know what I was walking. It definitely wasn't the dog we had, because it was not the color. I just don't know, and I don't know if I'll ever figure it out. But it was strange. It almost like it was standing on two legs, and that wouldn't be a dog, so that's why I assumed it was a baby. But I don't know why I'd be walking it with a leash. So yeah, I don't know at this point. I'll keep you guys updated if the dream continues or I have more clarity on it. I don't know, but I will say this. I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of downloads. Things are coming into clarity big time, because I'm starting to work with more people practicing the Akashic Records. I'm working on some things behind the scenes that we're going to bring to this channel. Uh, so stay tuned and be prepared, because there's a lot to come. And it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. I have a lot to offer you guys, and I'm excited to bring it. I'm excited to teach. I'm excited to share my experiences and my journey and the things that continue to help me, and just to share my journey, to vlog for you guys, and just all kinds of things that it's going to be an amazing challenge and channel. And I'm getting chills just telling you that are going throughout my entire body, and it's beautiful, man. Tomorrow I'm going to have another Akashic Records practice session. So this time it's going to be done on me, and I will come forward and bring the messages that I get. And not fully, because I don't want to disclose everything, because I don't know that that's the proper thing to do. Spirit's giving me messages, but I will bring some information as much as I can and feel called to bring. And with that being said, I hope that you're enjoying the videos. I hope that you are gaining knowledge and experience, and it's helping you on your path, because that's my whole goal and point of these videos. Not for entertainment, but for just pure and utter learning, and for you to gain something from it to help you in your life. This is a self-empowerment channel, a spiritual channel. It's pretty much it encompasses everything: spiritual growth, spirituality, self-improvement, self-help, self-love, all of it in one. So health, everything, because I've been through all of it. And I have a lot of things that I've gone through, and things that I can come forward and just help in any way, shape, or form I can. And I wanted to just show this book. If you're looking for a new read, get this book. I already started reading it. I'm on like the I'm very much in the beginning of the book. I'm on like the 7th page, but his other book I started reading a while back, and I really got called to start reading this one, and I'm glad I did, because I think I needed this book before his other one, just to get me kind of more in tune with the way he writes, or the way God divine came through him. I didn't really catch on with his other Power versus Force. It's David Hawkins, and the book is called The Map of Consciousness Explained. And here is, let me see if I can get the title in the, so it's not blurry for you, but there's, his, the author, David Hawkins, and that's the name of the book. Let me get this out of the way. And man, let me tell you, man, he goes into, you start really understanding the map of consciousness, the levels, and I don't even want to say levels, because he doesn't like to even acknowledge it as levels. And I've said that on this channel. I don't like saying someone's above the other or below the other, or kind of like we've deemed managers and employees, and where somebody's above you and you're below them because they're a manager and you're an employee, so you're like less than they are. I don't like that kind of terminology and language. I think it's bullshit, and I think it has to go. I think somehow we have to change that, because it really does make people feel just unworthy and not valuable, and just like, oh, this manager is like, what if you had been there 20 years and have so much more experience, and he just walks in and becomes your boss? You know what I mean? And then you're just like, this is bullshit. I don't feel, like he has the experience and the knowledge and the worthiness that I have for as long as I've been here and put in the work, and he's here now telling me what to do. you know, and I just feel like that is so old, like old earth ways of thinking, you know, and I think there has to be a new way on this new earth, you know. I really, really do. I feel like those ways are falling off. And so the map of consciousness, it does give levels, you know, and it goes all the way up to like 700 to 1,000, which is essentially enlightenment, you know, or you know, pure consciousness actually. Um, you know, I'm still kind of understanding how to read the map, but you know, it makes you understand more why there's war and why there's evil and why people are doing bad things to others and things like that. Yes, they're in pain. Yes, they have their own trauma. Yes, they've been hurt, and it doesn't give them a right to hurt others. But I understand it to an extent as to why, because of the levels of consciousness. It's like I was talking about on a previous video about a bug. You know, that's all a bug knows is like flies around. It doesn't like understand a human talking or walking around. Like if it bumps into you, it doesn't it doesn't have that level of consciousness to even understand or even wrap its head around it. And that's why when we start getting up higher in these levels of consciousness, you know, or you'll be higher up and then you're like, I don't understand why this person is doing this or thinking like that, you know, or why they're eating that garbage and putting that into their body, or, you know, or nothing against people that smoke or put junk food in their body. If you do it, that's your choice, you know, but like I used to smoke and I didn't think anything of it. And then now I look at it and I'm like, why would they want to do that to themselves and hurt their body? The only body they have in this life that they're walking on this earth with. Why would they want to hurt it? You know? And but yet I did that. And I didn't care at the time. You know? I kind of did, but then I didn't. Because I really did think about my body, and like I know my higher self was trying to give me messages where I would envision like a woman having emphysema, and I know I was getting the messages every time I was eating dinner or I was at the gym. I'd hear those commercials on Pandora, you know, about some woman having no throat left, you know, and like so I remember all those things and I would get pissed off about it. And it would kind of give me anxiety when I would get ready to have a cigarette, but I would do it out of acceptance for others and being accepted and loved, because I'm doing something that these people do, and I'm being accepted in this clique or this group. So that's the whole premise of why I was doing it. You know, I wanted that acceptance and love, you know. And then we get to the point where that's not the case anymore, but we've been doing it for so long that we're now addicted to it, and it's too hard to get rid of the addiction, you know. But when we do stand up and have that courage to give that up, or give those things up that were not serving us anymore, we're blessed by God, by divine, by the universe. It may not happen right away. It may take a little while because you have to go up levels to be prepared to handle what's coming and what's being given to you. You know, it can't just be given to you. You have to be prepped, groomed. You know, maybe those are some words. You know, you have to be prepared for those things to come in. And let me just say this, man, God, your higher self, your guides, your angels, they know what you're ready for and when you're ready for it. You may think you do, but that's just the ego. They know. They know. They know all, especially your higher self. So just take that in for a minute. If you have to watch this video a couple times to absorb what I'm saying and let it, you know, settle in and understand it. We'll go deeper, you know, and especially as I go deeper in this book, you know, I'm going to come with a lot more knowledge and that I can apply to my own life and my own experiences that I've gone through in my life, and you know, be able to bring so much more to this channel, each and every day that I experience these synchronicities and these messages and these downloads and these meditations that I do in these times in isolation. And, you know, the messages that I'm getting is my soulmate's coming in. You know, I'm ready. It's happening. And, you know, she's gonna meet me where I meet myself, you know, and something that I've been calling in for a long, long time. So with that being said, I love you all guys so much. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, young adults, whoever is watching this channel, I love you all so much. I thank you so much for subscribing, sharing, commenting, liking, just being a part of this community and helping it to grow and share these videos out to people that need them the most. We're going to grow this channel, man. And, you know, I know that I'm being prepped and groomed, and that's why it's taking time to grow, because I'm growing. And as I grow, the channel grows. As you guys grow that are watching, the channel will grow, and I will grow, and the content that I bring to you will grow. So it all happens in divine timing. I'm so blown away with the synchronicity of 11:11 on my receipt today. It was definitely a divine message, and I'm going to ask Spirit when I'm in meditation and tonight what they were trying to come through with. It was definitely a message, and I've been getting messages all day, so I know that's a part of it. And you know, I'll talk about that on some other videos. Again, I love you all so much. Thank you again. May you be blessed. May you be healthy. From my heart to yours. I love you all so much. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video through. Again, I love you all so much. Thank you, and stay well, man. And a lot is coming to this channel. I love you guys so much. Take care of yourself and each other. From my heart to yours. Let's go, Wisdom Warriors. We got this.